Nah, the clean chicks are some of the hoes who go off on like they're not supposed to be in your business with them. Sorry, but the other males over here that want to do good assume that they were doing something correctly. Yeah, by going off to like be inside my internet history and going off to like showcase to females that I'm watching pornography and then going off to like somewhat stir inside their head that stuff that's related to like female right movement, like female abuse, all sorts of stupidity that's like mad dumb. And by the time they're done over here, making the argument that everybody handle the alcohol differently. And not everybody that drink alcohol who go off and like be rapists on the special side. The dummies who then go off and like create and fabricate a fake thing where they manipulate the female over here to then go off and work with them because someone will go off and work with them as like criminals and so on. Yeah, so that's where you obtain the fabrication, the twist that someone twist the female right movement into a criminality. Or like no, because inside the female system over here, you have a female paradox. That's way to a state operation where females hate each other. What's up? Yeah, you're gonna find it. Malaysia and Indonesia is a perfect example of that paradox itself. What's up? Where you have a female authority that go off and like whip other females that are gay, that go off and like someone do drugs on the special. So when you have a new group of females that want to go off and like smoke marijuana, they get caught by the female authority that's like conservative inside the Muslim sector over here. The Muslim female on behalf of the male that's like the patriarch in that system itself would then go off and like somewhat tie or like somewhat detain the other female that's like part of the gay community that's going to go off and do drugs and stuff to then beat her publicly and humiliate her in the process or even be able to like kill her in the process and hang her and stuff like that. So that's where you obtain the ultimate paradox of feminism inside the domain of Islam or the other type of religion, where the female beats other female or even rapes other female, also legally and legitimately under the guise of torture or like a military or police activity. Also, so it's that group of female themselves that go off and operate outside their own region, inside different groups or clans as a criminal group that sell drugs or like move people around the space and maintain the security out of like the real estates that then go off and like somewhat sickly integrate itself back into the feminist sector of the society and the system itself with like female prostitutes that they own under their own clan to then go off and like somewhat manipulate the other dumb females over here. I just ignore my own space. Yeah, because I said within the other war over here, you focus on the main male that then go off and use them as a weapon, and then you focus on the other voice over here as related to the other female that's being abused and wasted by being hanged or killed in places like Iran, the groups are on the space assault. Instead, the other females over here that are like partners or like the criminal group over here, or female groups that then go off and torture, kill, or mutilate other females on behalf of other males that rule over them as a patriarch within a state that somewhat prosecute you or even again tested positive for drugs or even having a different preference or like sexual deviances, which is really stupid on the space assault. So somewhere. Yeah, so somewhere the male itself is the one that you somewhat dominate over, and you somewhat reign in. You know, you kind of like how Superman used to go off and like twist the person knuckle, and then make them bend the knee on the special. That's what you do specific on that. So inside that domain itself, yeah, I told you know the clowns are on the special because the clowns don't understand where the money come from, and that they're working for a Muslim drug courier. That's like dealing with like terrorism on the special. They're just fake people that just want to go off and do things that sounds correct and proper on the special. So that's why you twist them. It's of a domain of logic that they can't argue, and then which you bring out the animalistic instinct in them that then go off and make them do like I don't give a fuck and stuff like that. And then by the time they do that specifically, immediately they lose the argument because of the fact that you never want somebody that don't give a fuck be under control. That's way to a pilot in a plane to then go off and guide people from one nation to the next. So you don't want somebody that don't give a fuck be on an operating table to then go off and operate on your specific side. You want somebody that gives a fuck to because of the fact that you don't want somebody to, you want the best on the specific side. You don't want somebody that's childish and then turn into an animal that then go off and compromise professionalism and then eventually be able to throw a tantrum that kill people on the specific side and that doesn't get nowhere and everything get wasted on the specific side. So that's why I get to have the pleasure to humiliate the male over here. That's how they're doing logic and like other stuff that's way to other things in terms of like whatever ideology that they had within the domain of warfare and the stuff. And I point out, as you can see, I'm just recording that for myself. But you see how they carried a headset in the ears now? Yeah, as if I told these losers to go off and follow me around and then listen to my conversation around the special. So now when they're harassing, they're making sure that they wear headsets because of the fact that the logic that I speak of to myself, and coincidentally they just happen to listen to it, but it's by coincidence because as you can see, I was there recording the stuff for them, and then he steps into the frame. Yeah, That's these losers over here telling you that they don't want to listen to you, but at the same time they still follow you on the space here, and they will still listen to me by illegally having access to my phone over here. They're very dumb. So somewhere in the middle that you dominate into morphing, especially the same way that the mill wanted to make a bet on like Iran, on like Russia, all that stuff to our side. It's been how many years since then? Yeah, apart the Russians they take over Ukraine, and apparently Iran had almost all their leadership killed around the special side. So you rein them into the male logic, and then eventually you make fun of the female over there that's going to also spread hysteria, and like the others that you just tell them to dance till they die. Like by the end of the day, whatever they were dancing to, myself was not even an objective that they accomplished at all. Myself, it's just like, yeah, that's why I tell you choose your friend. I go the other way. I said I hang out with the winners, the champs around the special, the real workers on stuff now, not losers that go off and be followers and fix that just go off and copy something that they don't know nothing about, and they will just come out and beat themselves. Yeah, remember earlier I told you that she was walking around laughing at me or something? Now she start cleaning that bathroom over there. Yeah, out of karma itself. That's been they threw a whole bunch of trash in there. Her own friend over here that she wanted to try to copy and replicate into my things as being a fake person to go off and laugh at me of the trend itself. Betrayed her by dumping all that crap inside the bathroom itself because of the fact that they hit everything about it, especially. But dummy over there won't go off and be religious and stuff. I'm sorry, no, good luck cleaning that bathroom. Ha 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 ha.